Question mark. Oh. That was easy. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Today we'll be playing with Silverquill Second Cast, which is an artisan / free-to-play deck. 0 rares, 0 mythics, consisting solely of commons and uncommons, making it extremely accessible to new players to Magic the Gathering Arena. This deck is very formidable. It's based off of the mono white version that I took to Mythic rank number 3 this season. So the power level is extremely high. I think we only lost 1 match with it in all of the games we played today, which is really cool. In today's video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about strategies, synergies, then we'll showcase all of that in the gameplay footage. Finally, wrapping up after this with our final thoughts, deck review, potential deck upgrades, and general community news. If you want to support the channel, like the video. It helps me as a creator more than you'll ever know. You can also subscribe to the channel to support yourself, right? Get in on our contests, giveaways, cash prize, free entry tournaments. There's a lot going on, right? So all of this will be available within the Linktree link. Whether you want to support the channel, get in on the freebies, or maybe just jam out with our cat jams curated by DJ HGG, available there as well, right? So check out the Linktree link for lots of cool goodies. Let's get into today's video, break down free-to-play Silverquill Second Cast, and then, take a look at some cool gameplay footage. All right, so we're here. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, this is a standard 2022 free-to-play Silverquill Second Cast deck. It has a 1.7 average mana value, very fast. 8 non-creatures with 32 creatures, which signifies that it's also a very aggressive deck, looking to flood the field with creatures and attack. We have 20 land to support the average mana value. If you hear that crying noise, it's just Simba, the world's biggest baby. He wants outside. I'm not sure if that pierces through the mic or not, but I should explain it. The deck revolves around second cast, right? So we have Clarion Spirit, a 2/2 for 2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, right? Going really wide with these flyers is a key component to the deck. Codespell Cleric for 1, it's a 1/1 with vigilance, and whenever you cast it, if it was the second spell you're casting this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. 4 copies of Monk of the Open Hand for 1, also a 1/1. And whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Monk of the Open Hand. And then finally, my favorite card, something that I wish was in my mono white version, Bloodsky Berserker for 2, a 1/1. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on the Berserker, and it gains menace until the end of turn, which is absolutely amazing. So it goes to 3/3, it goes to 5/5, it goes to 7/7, all while having menace, which is absolutely incredible, reducing the chance that your opponent will be able to block you through that form of evasion. So that's kind of what we have with the second spell core of the deck. Building around that, we combined it with the Orzhov control deck, which I actually think CGB made, which is really, really powerful. There's so much early game interaction and ramp. And we're just using that as a value engine in the deck to provide the fuel for the second cast, because it's easy when you're casting 2 spells every turn to run out of cards to cast, right? So we're not doing that with this deck, which is great. So to generate value, to cast more than 1 spell each turn, we have Eyetwitch, a 1/1 with flying. When it dies, you learn. That takes us to our sideboard, which is basically like a cantrip on opponent's death, which is really nice. Shambling Ghast, when it dies, create a treasure, or another creature gets -1/-1. So, removal plus ramp, very, very good. We don't really need the ramp in the deck, but we utilize the treasures for more draw instead of mana generation, which is pretty cool. Deadly Dispute, sacrifice a treasure or a creature to create a treasure and draw 2 cards. Very, very good value at instant speed for 2. And then the Skullport Merchant for 3, a 1/4, great defender. When it enters play, create a treasure. You can sack another creature or treasure to draw a card, right? So we're really looking to sacrifice those treasures to draw more cards, to play them on top of the Spirit, on top of the Monk, on top of the Berserker, to power them up and go wide with our field, right? Moving away from that, we have further value within the Professor of Symbology. The ETB learn is great, takes us to our sideboard for a lesson as well. Portable Hole, a little bit of interaction within the deck. It's so good. I wish I could run 4 copies of it, but again, this is version 1. We're just experimenting the prototype, right? So it holds its weight for 2, but I think potentially we could work that up to 4, but you know, that's a whole nother question as to what we trim. So we also have the takedown to kill creatures and planeswalkers equal to the number of creatures we own, and we're going quite wide with the spirit tokens, right? So that should be easy enough. That's the deck, right? There's not much to it. We have the Silverquill Campus coming in tapped, both lands, very friendly. We can scry for 5. We also have the Great Hall of Starnheim. We can sack it for 4 in total, right? Because you have to tap itself to create a 4/4 angel with flying and vigilance at sorcery speed. Very, very good. So it just gives us a little bit of extra value in the top end if we need, right? Grab some big flyers instead of all the little flyers. So that's the deck. There's not much to it. We do have Environmental Sciences, gain 2 life, draw a land, reduce to memory, exile, create a 3/2 for that exiled owner. The Fumes, sacrifice, and then exile creature or planeswalker. Pest Summoning, 1/1 when they die, gain life. And the Anatomy, 2+1/+1s and vigilance. You know, we can work on that sideboard as well, but you know, for now, like I said, this is a nearly undefeated deck in the play queue in Standard 2022, beating some actually really cool decks, which is great. And you know, a very cheap deck, very accessible to someone who's brand new to the game, right? You know, not spending any of your rares, any of your mythics, just your commons and uncommons, which, as you can see, really do stack up over time. And I'm actively spending those into the Jumpstart packs that are released as well, right? So again, massive thank you for hanging in there through the deck tech portion of this video. Make sure to like to help support me, subscribe to support yourself, and definitely join and take a look through our Linktree link to get into the Discord, the community, right? Check out the Spotify, support through any of our affiliate links, and join the contests and giveaways. Salute. I hope you guys have a magical day. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and we're gonna wrap up with some potential deck upgrades that you might be interested in. Enjoy. Alrighty, on the play, which is insane. 2 monks in hand with the Bloodsky Berserker. It's gonna get pretty weird, I think. Hopefully it's a nice matchup. The Ruin Crab. Really? I almost thought I entered the wrong queue for a second. I'm gonna be totally honest. I was like, this isn't right. This can't be right. Spirit or Berserker? I guess Berserker does more damage, and we can remove the crab potentially with it. So that gets my attention first. The mill of, you know, 2 very good cards. Spirit and a Hole. Land on the Tizop, which is great, and we're still playing slow here. Right? We can get 1 damage in. High rollers, I know, right? They have no mana. They're just blocking one of them. They know that we have mana, so they're trying to mitigate the most amount of damage. And they don't want to lose the crab, so that's why they take the monk instead of the Berserker. Because if we second cast on the Berserker, you know, that's going to go to a 3/3. And that would trade with the crab, right? So, not trade with, but take away. Alright, a couple ghasts. That's not good. Another land is gone too. We have a lot of draw in the deck to sustain the second cast. And that's going to really benefit our opponent, right? Because we'll be drawing through our deck at an expedited rate. And they're looking to basically do that to us as well. So, monk out. Which is great. They probably have a counterspell here at some point, right? Codespell Cleric out as well. That's going to push up everything, right? Literally triggering our entire board state. That's a lot of value. Let's spread our value as much as we can. The Dragon Turtle. Alright. Let's get 3 damage through. They block the monk. Dragon Turtle is actually really good if you can kind of string it together with some other things. So we're going to pass turn. If we pull a land, we could probably double cast the other way if we played the Ghast early and just played something that we drew with the Ghast. But playing it safe. Hold the multiverse, that's okay. Scry 2, draw 2, 2 lands. They play till their 5th, I think. No, maybe not. I don't think we've missed that many land drops. I'm pretty sure they just milled us with the crab anyways. Enter the battlefield this turn. There you go. So the Royal Mage. Pretty cool. Land out, Ghast out. Sack the Ghast. Kill the Royal Mage. And then a lot of our creatures get buffed up. We make more flyers. Maya hits the cat wheel. We draw 2 lands. No! Not the greatest, but we can swing in with the bulk of our creatures. It sucks that the Bloodsky Berserker's been tapped out this whole time, but it is what it is. And we get the crab, and we have our opponent down to 8. 5 land, 4 in hand, 8 life. Potentially lethal next turn, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. We have a staggering 38 cards left in library still, so not overly concerned about the mill. However, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, I believe is the card name, can mill up to 20 converted mana cost, which is very good against our deck because our average mana value of each card is so low, right? Which isn't great. We have nothing going on here. They block the 5/5. They block a 3/3. We for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That's lethal unless they have a bounce effect in hand, like an unsummon. For 1 mana. They should be blocking the 5/5 and a 3/3, but I understand the appeal to want to leave your creatures, and maybe they bounce the 5/5. No siree, Bob. That is stone cold lethal. GG's. Our opponent goes first. Our hand actually looks pretty good. You know, turn 1 Monk, turn 2 Ghast into Cleric, and you know, we'll move up from there. Right? Turn 2 Ghast with a Cleric. Turn 3 Skullport. It's a pretty good opener, right? Like, this is basically as good of an opener as I'd like to get with my competitive mono white deck, right? Like, it seems of a similar value. Oh, they take our monk. You dog. Are we going to need to deal with it? Probably. The Ghast can swing and try to trade. Skyclave Apparition would go well in the deck. We're going to throw away the land here. We have a very light mana curve, so we don't need a ton of mana or lands available to us. Oh, that kind of hurts. Right, we have to pay life for this now, but it can be any color, which I guess is supposed to be helpful. So let's attack. Right. hitting for 4 potentially. Get 2 in. And now, did they have a field wipe? That's kind of what I want to know. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to play the Merchant. It is what it is. We can still use this as colorless mana, which is nice without paying the life. Merchant's good. Do we just nuke the Merchant and leave the Skyclave there? I almost think so. It's a draw engine, right? The Twitch is the best bet. I mean, Codespell Cleric is not far behind. The Twitch is higher valued, though, because we're going to get that draw from the lesson. We lose our monk. Okay. I guess the Ghast can swing in. It's less than we'd like to do, but it is what it is. Another Merchant. I wish. I wish. Okay, good for them. That Lithoform could be an option for the deck. Let's take a draw. I mean, next turn we can double cast these, which is decent. We can pass our turn and, you know, maybe jump block a draw. The Skullport Merchant is such a good card. Oh my gosh. Let's leave it just because we already have a double cast. Or we don't. I mistook that for a land. Shoot. 1, 2, we only have 4. Whoops. The Lithoform, or Lithoform Blight, threw me off there. I'm not gonna lie. I was very much looking forward to using a second cast. We could have sacked the Ghast, made the treasure, and had the mana to do so. So that's really good. Right, they're going to be bouncing these Skyclaves over and over. Taking out every single thing we have. We're just going to be left with tokens. And they're bouncing the Merchant, which might be better for us, making the treasures. We have to pay life for this white source. But we get to second spell. That's their second Vanishing Verse. That's pretty cool for them, right? No attack, straight chillin'. They're gonna bounce the Skyclave. Oh! Oh! Nice. That's actually pretty good. That's a free-to-play banger. We're just gonna bounce the dragon, take out all of our stuff. Oh! Teleportation Circle is OP. Right? That's really good for them. Real good for them. Not even sure how we're gonna do this, right? Just create our treasures. We've already cast 2 spells a turn. And we're not taking anything there. The only thing we can take with Hole right now is their treasure, which is like feels really, really bad. Right? That feels absolutely terrible. So we're going to pass our turn, and I think our opponent has just outvalued us, right? They've got some really good cards in play that we just simply don't have access to. We lose our Hole, and the Hole can actually take care of the Expert, which is ironic, I feel like. And sacking the treasure for a draw. And then bouncing the dragon, just like removing everything they could ever want. Or the Skyclave Apparition. Both are really good options. We take 4 damage here. We can't block a flyer. And things are definitely getting out of control here. We lose the Cleric. We're going to sack it for a draw, I guess. Is what it is. And it is lots of land. Yeah. I think this just about does it. Hiya! We have to pay life for this. We need to get rid of this teleportation circle. The enchantment. Right, but then we're giving them another creature to bash us with, which isn't gonna work. I like how our opponent does have a nice blend of free-to-play mixed with some nice upgrades, right? Like the Skyclave Apparition and the Teleportation Circle. Amazing. They've got the land here as well. So really, really good-looking stuff by Phantom K9 as far as, you know, playing with what they have, making the most out of it, and then lacing in some more powerful cards to try to get that advantage out, right? So these can be blocked, the 1/4s. They're just like tapping for fun, I guess. Oh, I see. That allows the bounce of the dragon to take one of them. So we just take 2 extra damage. Not that any of that matters, I don't think, because now they can just bounce the Skyclave. Or even the Expert, but we could give the land to the Expert. Yeah, they do just take it because we don't block. We get an illusion, which is alright, I guess. Right? A 1/1, very powerful card. You're gonna want to look out for that. So land in play, you know, we're gonna sack this thing. It's useless. So this is our second spell here, which is less than ideal, but whatever. And we gotta nuke this. So we still get hit for 4. At a very minimum. Right, in the air. Plus they do have either the Menace or the other flyer for 3, which is 7. And that's going to be a good game with their Frost Dragon and their Black Dragon. So we can send our love, give them a good game, and head into our next match. Sick top deck. Our opponent must be running top deck EXE, available only within my Discord. The land doesn't really look very cooperative here. I mean, yes, we could Eyetwitch, Dispute, Science, then Spirit, but that's like, you know, we're on turn 3 or turn 4 by then, so I think it's Mulligan Town, keep 6, toss the Professor. Oh, well, that Goblin is annoying. Ghast out, Spirit out. We kind of need to save the Ghast, though. Unless we make a treasure. block, make a treasure. The only way I'll -1 is if they play a creature first, right? But they're going to attack first. Let's throw up the blockers. We'll make a treasure, and then they're going to play another creature. The Captain. That's a good card. I'm going to immediately double cast. I'm not scared of no one. Right, and now we can sack the Eyetwitch within combat if we need. Not sack, but have die in combat through a block. How's that? Goblins are a good deck right now, and if they get enough time, it can be pretty aggressive. So you really want to always be removing, I guess. They took out our Spirit, which really, really hurts, and they get 1 free damage here. No attacks, we're chilling. Another Spirit out. It would be cool if we already had one out, but whatever. Oh! Good removal on our Spirits by our opponent. Like, really, really good. Should we double block it? Lose both our creatures? Let's do it now, because that's going to push up our monk. If we wait for a block, it doesn't help our monk out at all. And I honestly think if we could just get in the way of it. The gas is really nice as well here. We're doing our best, right? And if we can outvalue them, right? Like if we can start to draw cards with the merchant and have them get stuck without a lord, maybe things work out. This is pretty crazy though. This is Pack Tactics territory. I don't know why they didn't go with the Battle Goblin. I guess I get it, but we double block the Javelineer. It kills one instantly. It really should be the Flyer, because we could kill the Ghast before the Goblin does the damage if it was the other way. So we kill the Javelineer, and we're going to minus on the Captain. It's allowable. So Merchant goes out. And then, you know, I like the Anatomy, but let's just do another Merchant. More blockers, you know what I mean? No attacks. We're at 13. They have, only one card left in hand. Hit for 5. No Pack Tactics. But the Charger does a good amount here. Okay, and that goes to the Charger. Nice. It's going to deal 4 damage. So we're losing everything. But then they have nothing as well. Right, the Merchant dies here, which is bad for us. We need to top deck some glory. We do. Let's just go for it. Right? It's It's a 3/3. They need a Frostbite to deal with it. The equip cost there is 4. Oh, that is a nice top deck. We can scry, so let's set a stop. And they equip. Woof. What a top deck. Let's get that land out of the way, please and thank you. Let's get those pests out and about. And double cast on top of the Berserker, which is really good. We've got those top decks too. Top deck city! Do they get another sick pull? Question mark? Nope. Yo! There we go, you guys. We're beating the Goblin deck down with our brand new free play Orjov or Silverquill double cast. I think we've got time for a couple more matches though. Alright, we go first. The land is there. A little slow, but I actually, to be honest, don't mind going a little bit slower with a free-to-play deck. Getting the dual land out right away. It just feels good. They must be playing a control deck. So what's going to be good against this control deck? I really don't know. Let's just play it safe with Anatomy. The Pest Summoning would have been a good option if we had the second black land. Let's take our hit. It doesn't go through, so we're just going to take a draw. Codespell goes out as our second spell on itself. And then we're just ending our turn, trying to hold up value in hand. Lots of land here, right? We have so few in deck. That's kind of crazy that this happens always. Again, we know they have single target removal, so I don't think that's a road we really want to go down. We need a second black source. We're stuck to casting just one spell a turn of Black Origin. Counterspell. Can we dispute off the stack? I'll sacrifice this spell. You know what I mean? We're going to end our turn. We're going to take our turn. We're going to hit for 2. Spirit into another counterspell. No! Wow. I like the Twitch more, I think. The treasure and the -1 are both good, but we have enough land. They don't have any creatures, so let's grab the card from our sideboard with Learn instead. I think they're bricking. Oh, my lands. Oh, my lanterns. Decent hits. I'm going to pass turn. Okay, they get a 4th land. Alrund's Epiphany goes over, or a counterspell. Let's sack the treasure, draw 2. Make another treasure. Try to draw out that counterspell. There it is. And they're tapped out, right? So Expanded Anatomy is going to slice into the board on our 1/1 token, I believe. Or the Vigilance. Vigilance is good, but sometimes it's harder to remove the tokens. It also spreads the threat just a little bit more. Down to 2. We are close. So this is where they turn it all around. 5 mana, Shadow's Verdict. No. Land in play, take the hit, question mark. Oh. That was easy. That was really, really quite nice. Hey, Maya? Decent. Opponent goes first, land looks good, hand is really decent as well, so let's boogie. Cleric class. And, yeah. Shambling Ghast is a go. Maya's being cute on our wheel, just taking a little lay down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Angels and Clerics. This is something that we don't really want to see ever. A very good deck. Maybe, just maybe, the Bloodsky Berserker can do the dirty. Not sure, though. Getting all of our pieces set up, right? So do we just slay this thing? Professor out. We might need to exile some stuff of theirs. Takedown out. It lands. And then we hit for 5. That's pretty decent. Electric Charizard. Salute, my friend. I'm sorry about that early game interaction, but that's what makes the deck so powerful. Alrighty, so the deck slaps. Just another free-to-play banger by your boy. Let's break down some potential upgrades. Do I think this is a deck that you want to be dropping your wildcards into, your rares, your mythics, for the upgrades that we're going to be talking about? Probably not. You might want to save those for a tier 1 deck. However, if you already have some of these cards in your collection, or cards similar to them, if a card I mentioned in a second reminds you of a card that you have in your collection, feel free, right? It's no worry to, you know, color outside of the lines a little bit. It's just going to be a more unique picture, which at the end of the day may increase your win rate because your opponent is not going to be expecting, you know, these off-brand plays that only you are running. So with that being said, you probably don't want to be spending your rares and mythics on the cards I'm about to mention. However, if you already have them or something like them, feel free, add them to the deck. Okay, so first up, the Pathway. You know, this just makes the land that much more consistent. It keeps you playing on curve. The Snarl, the exact same thing. The Quill, you know, very cheap, right? Good for the second cast. It has the Learn, which draws another card to replace itself. Very good for second cast. Plus, it has the Lifelink, which can go on the Berserker, right? And that Berserker body grows, and you can just sustain yourself against these other aggro decks, right? So I think the Quill is a nice option. Vanishing Verse, very nice removal. Exile target, mono-colored, permanent, really cheap, really, really nice. The Spellbinder, it's going to save you against the Blood on the Snow, right? We know that Blood on the Snow is out there. It's annoying. You know, it's a flyer. Very, very good stuff. The Skyclave Apparition, similar effect, in which case we can control more of the field state, getting rid of anything that annoys us. And finally, Dramatic Finale. For 4 tokens, we are buffed up, and we're making lots of tokens, right? And then whenever a non-token creature dies, we create a token, which is really cool once a turn, and we have those sacrifice engines, which is really cool. And then I did forget one card in here as well, the Mascot, and that goes into our sideboard, and it is a mythic. And when you're learning and you have the mana, you have the treasure to cast this Mascot, you know, you just get that in play and go to town. So those are the upgrades for the deck. Do you guys have any other suggestions? Leave them in the comments below, because, you know, it's not only myself that takes notice, but everybody else who's watching the videos can get cool ideas from one another, which I love to be able to provide that environment for you guys. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy it, you want to share some stuff, comments below, or of course, you know, myself and the community are always active in the Discord. You can find the invite in the Linktree link. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to your friends, support, become a Patreon member, a YouTube member, you know, a Twitch supporter, things like this to keep the great content coming. All right, take care. We'll see you soon in the next. Bye-bye.